after it. Let's get after it. Well, good evening and welcome back, National Soccer League fans, to our beginning of week 3 action as the undefeated Pioneers are hosting the red-hot California Condors in a Western League matchup in our opening match of the week here. Pioneers actually on a 9-game unbeaten streak that stretches all the way back to week 22 of last season, where they were defeated by the Scout. Since then, again, undefeated in the playoffs and regular season alike, and it's a bit of a makeshift lineup to start the season. Again, still reeling from the loss of Konohamaru Saratobi's transfer to the Thunderbirds, but they've been making it work so far just about. They've yet to win a game in regulation time, but they have twice trailed in their first 2 games and found equalizing goals to send it to extra time and beyond, and have been 2 for 2, once from sudden death and once from a penalty shootout. Condors started off with a loss to the Voyagers and then bounced back with a 6-0 thrashing of the Green Galaxy. Early red card to Joe Winter certainly favoring their fortunes there, but still on the back of a strong performance. Could be a real interesting matchup against a Pioneer side that looks vulnerable compared to they did last year at times. And here is their starting 11. Yotep Pena retains his spot in the starting 11 due to the injury to Emigdio Cairo, a concussion last week, and is expected to be out for just a game or 2, but in the meantime they'll have to make do. Again, already thin at the position, so Pittner drops back into a center forward role. It'll be interesting to see how those two work out in that arrangement. We've got an injury on the Condors side as well, an ankle issue for Adriano Jimenez, so Nurasel Karunov, last year's first-round selection, bumps up into the lineup, and a appearance on the bench today for a second-round selection in Samar Benzai. It'll be interesting to see if he gets some minutes out there today, but we're ready to roll here and get our week 3 action underway. The Pioneers looking to go 3-4-3 in week 3, and to take off in the setting sun here in Utah just past 6 p.m. local time. It's good to be back. And here's Pena, who scored a dramatic late equalizer, giving it away there, but just sweetly struck volley after coming off the bench to send it to extra time, where he then assisted the winning goal for Emerson Gomez. And here goes Etienne Sanbeneze through the Pioneers as if they weren't there. And it's a good save from Ben Bruggen. It really should have been 1-0. It's a poor effort, considering the chance he created. Sanbeneze did so well, and then it's a let-off. Oh, another mistake at the back, and here comes Saturnino. Surely, it's 1-0! Pioneers shoot themselves in the foot twice. And Calvin Van Bruggen with a rare error at the back. And the Condors pick up right where they left off last week. Nestore Saturnino with his first of the season, and it's a real disaster. Look at this. It's Vaz actually who makes the mistake. And then Saturnino has the presence of mind to just pick a spot and plucks it between the goalkeeper and the defender, who are both culpable for the error, and it's a disaster start here for the Pioneers. Condors are flying high again. 6 goals this week against the Green Galaxy on the road, and running again here inside 5 minutes. Let's see how the Pioneers respond. It was an uncharacteristically shaky start. 2 quick giveaways in a row, and then a defensive drift that allowed Etienne Sanbeneze to waltz on through, and they've given it away again here in the midfield. Here's Queens United. Condors really getting away again there, but they might be smelling some blood in the water as the Pioneers look all out of sorts at the back at the moment. Gomez, again, winner last week. Here's Matabal. This is better build up from the Pioneers. Herrera into protect Pittner. Space to drive forward and nudges it on, but it's going to come up short for Chumota Sanchez under pressure. And Leonardo Dominguez did really well there. And the jitters and flutters seem to have worn off now, and there's a mistake right on cue from Marco Dominguez, and now Hender Herrera can drive on into the area, and that one is one that got away, to say the least. Good skill from the midfielder, and then in the end just realizes he's run out of space and time and just lets fly. Can't fault him for that. Doesn't score often. Hender Herrera, only 2 goals last season. Funny enough, they came in the same game in a 2-1 defeat of the Charioteers. So, Having a hard time scoring goals, all you need to do is play the charioteer, as the old proverb says. There's Madsen Rodriguez, who's been man reborn after getting into more of a starting role with his new team after many years as a backup bench warming player for the Revenants. Good to see him getting some more regular minutes. Karimov as well, good skill, and goes on with the run. But might have returned it to him. To Suarez, and I think it was off the arm on the first try. It's going to be a free kick taken quickly. Madsen Rodriguez has a runner in the middle. Can he find it? And Luis Estrada! And Sanbenez getting in the way there of his own teammate's effort. And the danger, the warning signs are there at the back. The Pioneers are wide open in the middle. Vaz and Carlos Roberto Torres, normally so reliable, have been shaky today out of the gate. Here's Pena. Nice return ball for Protect Pittner. Did well to hold it. Pena trying to drive it, and Valentinov steps up to deny it. Early goal, still the difference between the two sides. A 1-0 lead for the Condors as it stands. But the Pioneers won't be entirely phased by this. They've trailed by a margin of at least a goal in every match they've played so far this season. And I'd like to see if they can continue that same script of utilizing, extending, extra time. That's a nice interception by Rico Suarez. Here goes Emerson Gomez. Pittner to Pena. Pioneers patient in the build-up play. Pittner seeing more of the ball in this center forward role. Here goes Emerson into Pena, and couldn't ride the challenge of Dominguez, who's been strong in the back today so far. Here comes the swift response from the Condors. Madsen Rodriguez trying to spin away and away from one man, but couldn't do it again. A deep going for the Pioneers here, pardon me. Start taking quickly. There's Hinde Herrera. It's going to do one man and try to hold it. Pena. Goes back to Mataba. Getting it through the lines. Pena again dispossessed. Luis Estrada. Beneze. Rodriguez with space and time. Good little move to shimmy away from one man. Couldn't get away from the second. Held on to it too long. This ball from Carlos Roberto Torres getting it done at both ends. Here goes Uxio Mota Sanchez. A little bit of daylight for the Pioneers to attack here. Pena. Emerson had drifted outside. I'll let that one roll, but it's rolled on through to Suarez. This is nice. Pioneers looking to equalize here. Drilled in, and Dominguez away. Said Rodriguez composed, able to complete the turn and play the Condors out. There's Quincy Hmaidet. Searching ball for Mirosel Karimov, who's onside here. Back to Hmaidet. Brilliant 1-2. And it's 2-0 to the Condors. Well, it's a scintillating counterattack. The boos now start to rain down. The Pioneers have not played at all well today. How about the ball from Mirosel Karimov? Quincy Hmaidet, who's been quiet in this game, pops up. Again, Vaz, the one caught out. And you've got to give credit. Van Bruggen, maybe he could do better with this, but it's an excellent strike. The technique is spot on. The Condors now in a really commanding position here. 2-0 up on the league champions in the first half on the road. Looking for another statement win here. Historically have been a team that is middle to high on the road in terms of talent, but is more low to middle in terms of performance up to this point in their career. Maybe this is a season where that starts to translate into success on the pitch with the talent they have. Keep in mind, down one of their most creative juggernaut players in Adriano Jimenez today, so they've really made it work with some numbers in their favor. Of course, the Pioneers are missing their talismanic midfielder in Emigio Caero. Offense does not look the same without him in the lineup. But swung in, and Mason did well to clear it. It was a searching ball. The Pioneers have yet to get a shot on goal. Only 2 chances, 1 blocked, and 1 was off target. It's been as bad as it gets for them in recent memory as far as a first half performance in front of the home crowd. Condors, to say, from what we've seen so far, deservedly on top after the opening half. And San Benazet did well, but then couldn't quite sort of speed up. 5 minutes to play. Is there any kind of a response from the home side here? Questions were asked when they were willing to part with their MVP winner, Hamaru Saratobi, and the offense has not looked the same. To wonder, was that a big mistake? As Pena, again, struggling to find his feet today so far. Frustration continues out here at Monolith Stadium. And the Condors run away with this and make it 3-0 in the first half. Nice ball to Watson Rodriguez, and Armazabal with a critical interception there. They're having to check deep, and he's running all the way backwards. Where is he going? Perplexing play there from Pittner. We head into our 2 minutes of added time. Hush falls over the crowd for the moment. Here's Pena. Another giveaway for the Pioneers going forward. They have been really poor in that regard today, and that should do it for the first half action. It's going to be a 2-0 lead. Pioneers are staring down a defeat here in front of the home crowd. Condors once again are razor sharp, and they have the lead. We'll be right back after a short break on the National Soccer League Network. Back, National Soccer League fans. It was a very dull start to the week for the Pioneers. The Condors, anything but. They have been full of purpose and attacking intent, and they've got a 2-0 lead on the road here to show for it. Our first match of week 3. To see how the second half unfolds. Can the Condors continue applying that pressure as they look to do so right away here with Saturnino, who opened the scoring, and he cuts inside to Pamaide, who's in again, and what a save from Ben Bergen from point blank. Pioneers in trouble again here on the ropes as they were cut open. Pena again has been really poor today. Want to win it back there though. Here's Herrera struggling to control the ball at the moment. Check back into Armazabal. Pena. Pittner. Armazabal. And Miroslav Krimaval over that one, no chance for Lucas Suarez. He's looking concerningly lost out there today. So far, I think it was Pedro Satilota, who's currently tied for the league's best scorer, 3 goals. Of course, all 3 from the penalty spot. Here goes Karimov, who had an assist in the first half on his season debut. He's passing from the Condors again. Looking the better side by some margin, and Van Bergen called into action again. Has to collect. Armazabal. Here's much needed improvement in this second half. Might look to the substitutes bench, but Pena has just been not very good today so far. Really lacking that quality center forward.
Just to let you know, the club shop is open after today's
shop is open if you heard there from the PA announcer. It's good news for the Pioneers fans to be positive about. And this might go from bad to worse here. San Benazet bearing down on goal again. He's searching on the outside. Those are in the mood, and they are dominating so far. Sachalatso has it to Karimov. It's a footwork from the Kazakh. And it's into Estrada, and the shot is not one with his best. See a change coming up now for one of these two teams. Simply will indeed. And it's Matson Rodriguez being withdrawn, interestingly enough, and Mickey Bennett. Change of the day goes the way of the Condors, despite the 2-goal advantage. They're trying to shore things up in the midfield. Continue their domination in that regard. There's an early error from Florencio Vaz that led to the first goal. And Condors took control and have Never look back. 2-0 lead as we approach the hour mark here, and no shots on goal yet for the Pioneers. No shots in the second half either. It's been a very concerning performance in that regard. Here's Bennett straight off the bench into the box. He goes, blocked by Vaz, but it's still alive here, and Sampeneze's effort is blocked. Glama able to spin out of trouble somehow. Herrera going to launch long for Emerson Gomez, but Sachalato's there. Ooh, and he's hacked down Emerson. That's going to be a yellow card at least for the Condors captain. Into the referee's book he goes. So Emerson Gomez pleading his case that he was in on goal, if not for this challenge. I think he had a long way to go, but maybe something to that argument. To be fair to him. Chance for the Condors to float something in here towards Florencio Vaz as Dominguez rises highest once again. Looks like the Pioneers' win streak we mentioned in the pregame is going to come to an end. Their first loss of this campaign of this new season. It's safe to say they have been fairly lucky in their 2 wins, so maybe this was the result that was due. Some of those cracks starting to begin to show the Champions roster here. Karimov has been solid on his season showing so far today. Toronto into a bit of trouble, did well to hold it. Sambeneze to Karimov. This return ball to Hamaydet, who's got space to think about an effort here. Ooh, and Ben Bruggen nearly lost it. It's behind for a Condors corner. The forward play in stark contrast to the Pioneers has been excellent for the Condors today. Hamaydet, Sambeneze, and Madsen Rodriguez all have been excellent. Good change on. This time for the home side. Not the ball's day is done. Bring on Kapanacek. Not exactly an attacking player, though, Sebastian Kapanacek, so to see how that change pans out. It's a nice ball, and Vaz, he does best. Gomez able to control it. And yet, a nice ball to Uxio Mota Sanchez, who's been a non-factor in today's game. Shail and Glama. Hittner, poor, given away. Again, the Pioneers have really struggled with their pass completion. Condors anything but. Here goes Karimov with Bennett. This ball behind the line. Santolato, can he deliver a trademark assist here? It's in for Hamaydet! And Vaz going to block in just in time to prevent another goal. This is as concerning as performance as we've seen. A championship team, in fact a current champion of the league. They have been really, really off the pace here today. And those aren't done yet. Santolato to take this corner, but a change first. And it is going to be an introduction to the National Soccer League for Samar Benzai, as we mentioned, did make the bench today. And second round pick for the Condors in this year's draft. He's onto the field. Try and make an impression in the 15 or so odd minutes that remain. Karimov's day is done. There is Samar Benzai. Quick feed into Sacramento. Good tease up across here, and he does well there, and Anglama able to get it clear. Pioneers at least have a shot in the second half, let alone on goal. Only one on the or none on the day so far. They didn't have a single game last season where they couldn't muster an effort on goal, but this looks like it might be the first time. It is really, really concerning showing from this Pioneers team so far. Hittner has not been at it today. He's given it away again there. Condors have been a better team in just about every regard you can think of. And goes long for Samar Benzai. To make an impression. Right at good run, and just behind was the pass to Sambeneze. Anglama down the line to Hittner in a foot race with Barris. Here's Estrada to Sambeneze. Ball's got in the way. 8 minutes to play here. Still 2-0 to the Condors. With Hittner trying to change that for the home side. Deliver across here. What a tackle from Barris. Oh no, it's a penalty! Wait, what is going on here? It's a yellow card for Emerson Gomez. Over the foul here on Barris. Okay, we thought it was a penalty. Just going to be a corner kick, it looks like. Or is it? Let's go ahead and wait and see what's going on the field. Looks like it might actually be a goal kick. Oh my goodness. So Pittner again, really wasteful on the day, and he is done. So too Pena. 2 changes. So Nacho Varela comes on, as well as it was Roberto Carreña. Pena. Konachek. Varela on to Suarez. Cuts it back. Good skill. Drifted in and up for Varela, but that's Mason's ball, and it is at long last a save he has to make. Whether or not it was off the Pioneers player, I'm not sure, but oh, it's an awful foul from Carreña. Moments on to stepping onto the pitch. He could be right away. He's being sent off, and he is. A nightmarish day for the Pioneers, compounded with a late red card for Carreña. Sacarino's off for Robert Boruc as well. Wow, this has been a shocking showing for the league champions. And really just not a single positive to take from this day, other than maybe the fact that it's only 2-0, which it could very well change here now, down to 10 men in the minutes that remain, as Van Bruggen has to make a save there. Wow. Oh my goodness, what an error! Sambenese chips it! And Van Bruggen just about able to recover. Trying to pad the stats there, maybe. Well, this has been as bad as it gets. In terms of a home showing for the National Soccer League champions. This has been a very, very poor performance. Missing their key players. It's really showing today. Sanchez couldn't get a pass off. It's been about the story of the day so far. Varela. Nice pass. Oh, this is better. Chance for Varela. What a save from Mason. Finally forced into action, and it's a goal kick. Brilliant defending from the Condors, who are going to keep a second straight clean sheet here. A 2-0 win on the road after dismantling the Green Galaxy. This is another statement victory for the Condors. And in truth, it's been a relatively easy street for them. They've only had 2 shots on goal. The Pioneers, of course, have simply outplayed them in every phase of the game. And Donatello Mason will go top of the league in terms of clean sheets. And the front runner for the Golden Glove Award, and the Condors with a statement win here on the road as they shut down the champions. Sunnies, a 2-0 win here. It's done in the first half. The Pioneers simply not good enough in any regard today. 4 in all 3 phases. Mistakes, errors across the pitch, a red card, and warning signs for the league champions, as it's another disappointing showing here in front of the home crowd. We'll leave you here with the full match highlights as the Condors get it done and are your joint top of the league team. Really on in week 3 here. We'll be back tonight with one more game on the National Soccer League Network in just a little while. Oh! Last word of the broadcast from freaking voice cracked. Scream it for the camera and do something. Like that. It didn't do anything. He didn't do anything.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my lady.
That's on the stream right now. Well, now it's you on it. I am a sniffer, I like to sniff it up.
Sniff it up, buttercup baby, just to sniff it down.
Dude, sniff, sniff, sniff it up, do, do, do.
Sniff you down, sniff them all.
Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Didn't even notice. Hey, what's that sound?
My fan does that sometimes. Bye bye, Miss American Pie.